What's up everybody, my name is Astonishing Pix and welcome to another review, and today I'm reviewing the Jada Toys Godzilla X Kong The New Empire Heat Ray Breath Godzilla RC toy. And wow, this guy is awesome. Honestly, there's a lot to say about this guy and also not a lot to say too. When it was announced, I'm pretty sure everybody was raving about it. I mean, I was excited to see how it would look like in person, and for it to come from Jada Toys, which honestly I think they're mostly known for their 6-inch line and they're a relatively new company. So just seeing them do something different is pretty cool. And honestly, I don't think I've ever heard of any Godzilla RC toy before, before this one came along. So it is relatively new. Now, one thing to know that this thing does retail for $59.99. I think when it comes to like Target or any online retailer like Big Bad Toy Store. But I think in places like Walmart you can find them for like $42.99, I believe. I'm not sure. I do know that you could price match them if you go to Target, see it. You could ask them to price match it for you, and you'll get it for that $42.99 and save yourself some money. That information is what I got from Nostalgic Adam, so big shout out to him. But yeah, as you can see, he is packed with a lot of detail, and honestly there is a lot of things that surprised me about this figure. And yeah, let's take a closer look at this guy. So taking a closer look at this guy, you can see that there is a lot of dry brushing when it comes to this figure. It's mostly like a gunmetal type grayish type of wash that you can see all over the scales. I love how they painted and dry brushed everything, and I also love the dorsal plates too. I mean, right now by itself, the light hitting it looks kind of dull, but with that extra feature that you guys will see in the later in the video, I think that it makes it really stand out and it looks awesome, honestly. And of course you can see that he does come with a little top hatch. That's to put water in, and I'll show that in a little bit. But just behind that little hatch that he has is a button that you could honestly you could just put behind, and it's pretty interesting. It's a try me feature. But when it comes to the dorsal plates, you could also see that there are soft, so you don't have any won't have any problems damaging your fingers handling this guy. And yeah, it's pretty soft. Also, the upper torso is pretty much a rubber piece, so I'm pretty sure that's for the water feature that it has. And yeah, it's just pretty interesting how I think it matches well, because the bottom half is just like hard plastic, and then the tail over here is also the same material as the upper torso. But I think that they match so well, and I don't think that the tail at the end matches the color very good though. But looking at him straight on, it does kind of look kind of weird if I'm being honest, but I think it looks pretty cool. It looks like he's just charging at you, which I guess that's why his arms are at rest. Again, his mouth is kind of a solid piece, but it is like a rubber piece. They didn't paint the teeth though, which is kind of disappointing, but honestly it doesn't really bother me that much. You can see that he does have a translucent tongue, and in the back of his throat he does have a light for that effect that he has. But yeah, it's just pretty interesting how the only joints that they have is the leg movement, which it serves pretty well. As for toe articulation, he does have that. He only has that for the 4 digits that he has right there, the front two. But other than that, you can't really move him around because again, he's not really an action figure, he's just an RC toy. And yeah, so here is the left side of Godzilla. As you can see, it's totally clean. You see all the paint apps here, and it's pretty cool, but the same cannot be said for the right side of Godzilla. Unfortunately, it does have the issue where it has screw holes alongside his body. You can see he has it up there in the lower torso and in the tail. So I wish they only did that better. Everything else is fine. It's hardly noticeable when you see the screw holes here, but it is what it is. I just wish that they found a way to make that more concealed and more seamless. Um, but yeah, that's one downside of this figure if that really bothers you. So getting into the accessories, he does come with only 2 items. I wouldn't say they're really much accessories, but he does come with his control that's shaped like a foot, which I think is pretty cool, honestly, that they found a way to make the control look like that. He does have 2 bumpers, the right and the left. They're used for different things. He does have a forward and a side-to-side button as well. He also does come with this little syringe, I guess, that you could pour water into the little hatch up there for that new interesting feature that he does have, which I think is pretty cool. And it is serviceable, so yeah, you don't need to go and buy some. So yeah, let's take a closer look to show you guys how this guy works. Okay, so what you want to do first is lift off the little hatch up here. It is pretty much easy to access, and again, it's pretty much really well blended in. You take a cup of water, you get your syringe, and you just pour it down the little hatch. And I apologize for my hand blocking the view right now. You know, I'm recording my voice after this, so it is what it is. So yeah, you just put in the correct amount of water. Make sure it doesn't overflow. You don't want your figure to be wet outside and, you know, spend your most of the time drying it. But as you can see, I had like a little bit of water here, and what you want to do is just close that back down, and you know, you're pretty much set on using the feature that he does come with. Again, it does pretty much blend in, so it's hardly noticeable. Okay, so once you've done that, batteries do come included. You just want to turn this little switch on for it to pair with the controller. As you can see, both of them pair instantly, and what you want to do is basically just use your left bumper for the atomic breath. Besides the amazing atomic feature, he can also walk. So pushing this button, he can move forward. As you can see, it's not that fast, but I think it's pretty accurate for, you know, the big lizard that he's supposed to be. So I think he pretty much walks relatively to his size. So I think that's pretty cool, honestly. Yeah, he could also pretty much just move his tail side to side like this, as you can see. But with that, honestly, he can turn. As you can see, I almost dropped him here. But yeah, you can move his tail, so he could move either left or right. He does have little wheels on the bottom of his tail, so yeah, that will influence the direction that he will go. So like I said earlier, he does come with his 4 AA batteries and I think 3 AAA batteries for the controller. So you could just pretty much play with him right out the box. The only thing you gotta do is just add the water for the atomic breath. And he also does his roar, which I think is pretty cool. You use a little right bumper on the controller to activate that. I think this guy is awesome. I definitely recommend you guys pick it up if you guys see it on the store. Remember the price match so you guys could save some money on it. But even still, with the $60 price tag, I think he's pretty much worth it, honestly. The only thing I recommend you guys don't buy it is from Big Bag Toy Store or any of the fan channel sites. You're pretty much paying like close to $70-$80 for this guy, and I think that's a little bit of a overprice to be paying for this guy. But yeah, he's worth it. I recommend it. He definitely gets a 9 out of 10 for me. But yeah. Okay guys, so this is my size comparison. I almost forgot to record it. As you can see, this is all of the kaijus that I could fit on the table. I have 2 other Godzillas, but again, I couldn't fit them on the table. Over to the far left, you have the Haya Toys Godzilla 2019 action figure. And then to the right of that, you have the NECA King Kong. And all the way to the right side, far right side, is the SH Monster Art Godzilla. And also to the far right, you have the Playmates Godzilla Evolved. As you can see, both of them are vastly different in terms of coloring. I'm pretty sure that the Playmates Godzilla is the more inaccurate one. But yeah, I think these guys look pretty cool, honestly. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Peace.